I practiced, I want to use it. I want to say Purple Pro, but that's not it, is it? Didn't I say this is going to be a light look? Well, hello my beauties and welcome to my channel. Today, wait, I need to finish this sentence first. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki, I'm 43, I'm from the Netherlands, hence the accent. That's the sentence. I practiced, I want to use it. Anyway, today I am going to give you my thoughts and 2 looks with this palette, the Hello New York palette from Essence. I mentioned this palette in a Let's Talk Makeup. I also did a review and 2 looks with the Salut Paris palette. I will link it. And in that video I also mentioned I wanted to get this one. I saw it in stores and I grabbed it. So here it is. It's cardboard packaging and I think that the inside really reflects the outside. And this one does have 2 different shades here. Not like the Salut Paris, which had 2 of the same shades, 2 bone shades. This is actually a shimmer. In the first look I used these 4. And in this look I used these 4. The look that I have is the second one, and as you can see it's pretty bold. I was planning on doing a soft look, but somehow it did not end up that way. This palette though really packs a punch, as you see with this look, and as you can also see with the first look. It actually packs more of a punch as the Salut Paris. The Salut Paris was really soft and yeah, you could get them through the pan, but you could not get that dark smoky look that I have now. So yeah, you have 1, 2, 3 matte shades, and the rest are, well, this is not really a matte shade, it's more of a satin, but you can use it as a matte shade. And this one is also more of a satin that you can foil up if you use it wet, but you can also kind of use it as a more, well, as a matter shade satin finish. This one is a shimmer. This one is more of a duochrome because it has a gray base but it shifts blue, as this one does, only this one has a light gray base and shifts blue. And yeah, I will just swatch them real quick for you. I'm going to go like that. So here they are. And this is the lightest one, which you can use as an inner corner highlight. You can use it as a face highlight, but it does have a bit of a blue shift. Here you have the light gray matte. And then you get kind of a, yeah, what is it? Purpley, more, a little bit warmer shimmer. Here you have, well, also a duochrome shade, the dark gray shimmer. Here you have that champagne-y shimmer. Then you have the purple, the dark gray matte, and then the last blue, well, shimmer shade basically. I'm going to clean off my fingers and arms while I talk to you about the palette, how I feel about it. The quality is really, really nice. The palette retailed for €6.99, so basically €7, which is a steal in my opinion. Yeah, I said that already. I did not expect any less after the Salut Paris that I reviewed. That's what I did think though, that this one would be as soft and light as the Salut Paris, but it actually isn't. The colors are darker. Yeah, there are more duochrome shades in here that you can play with. Granted, they are very close together. I have a few on my eyes today, and you can really see the change in light shifting, and then you can see the different blue tones that this palette has. It's a very pretty palette. You can go a little bit warmer using this purple and then this shade, so you can, you know, put this in your transition area and then this one on your lid to create kind of a cut crease effect. I think that will be very pretty. I used this one on my eye, but it is too light for me. It does not really show up. So what you could do if you are my skin tone is kind of use this to set your concealer as your transition shade that you can blend out all the rest of the shades onto. I didn't do that because, yeah, usually don't, but it can be a very good idea if you're going to work with this one. You know, put this one in your crease and then blend it out on top of this one will make it a little bit easier. The only thing you have to keep in mind that if you overblend a shade like this, it gets patchy. And that's what happened to me as well. They are very easy to work with though, and that is what surprises me of the new formula of Essence, because you know I have grays that are more pricey and are more difficult to work with as well. So Essence really did a good job with these two palettes. There are two more that I'm not going to grab because they are just not really piquing my interest, but I'm just assuming that they work the same quality shadows as are in this one and in the Salut Paris. But yeah, again, you can create soft looks, but you can also create bold looks like I have. So if you like blue, this is definitely a palette that you can really nicely play with. And as you can see, the colors can really pack a punch. Essence is cruelty-free. It's a cruelty-free brand based in Germany. Now, if you like blue and you see the palette, grab it because it's definitely worth its money. I'm going to insert the looks. Here comes look number 1. Naked face, because I do not know about the fallout of this pretty little palette, to be honest with you. I primed my eyes with some concealer and then I plopped the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer on top. I haven't set it because I usually do not. Any dense brush will do. I have here a rounded one, but you could also use something like this, as long as it is denser, a little bit stiffer. So you can really pack the shadow on. Okay, I'm picking up a lot on my brush and I have kick up in the pan. And kick up in the pan, if you do not know, means when I dip my brush in, shadows coming loose and it kind of stays in the pan. You know, that's what I mean with kick up. That means that you either need to tap off your brush to get rid of that, or do your eyes first, because kick up means that you are creating fallout on your face. Okay, so the shadow is really light and I don't think it will translate on camera, but it is really nicely sticking to my eyeball. It's just too light, but I need to do the same on the other eye. If you are very, very, very fair, you could make this shade show up. If you are deeper skinned, you can use it as a pastel. Okay, next shade is going to be this red. That one. I'm going to use the same brush. I cleaned it. I have a cloth on my lap that I clean my brushes in between on. This one also has quite a bit of kick up, but let's press it on the eye and see what it does. It's not too shabby. This is true to pan, and I actually was not expecting any less after using the Salut Paris, to be quite honest. Now, because you have 4 mattes in this palette, your look is going to start off either with this shade or with a grey. I don't mind, it's just something you need to take in consideration. I am going to blend it out, and I already put down that grey shade, so it blends over that grey. It's not too shabby. I'm not mad at this at all. Very, very nice, Essence. Because of the way that this shade is built, you can use it as a single color. So let me get a fluffier brush. It's clean, doesn't look so, but it's clean, to blend out the edge. And you can get a one-colored look 2 ways. You can either pack the color on and blend it out like I did, or you can start with something like this and then tap where you want the color to be. But because I have a fluffy brush now, I'm laying down a wash of color, and this can be your transition shade. What you want to do then is get a smaller brush, taking the same color, and then I'm going lower, still kind of tapping it on. But because this brush is smaller and a little bit more dense, and I place the shadow, you can kind of see a natural gradient forming, like so. Now what you can do then is get an even smaller brush. You could get a pencil brush. I have a pencil brush here, so let's use that. And now you can really kind of pinpoint and target where you want that darker crease color to be. And I'm still kind of just placing shadow, blending it out a little bit in between. And now I basically have what I have here as well. And that is how you can build up a one color look using 2 different methods. I do have to say I like this method better with this shade though. because here it looks a little bit patchy. Now that I have this brush, I'm going to bring it underneath my eye as well, around my tear duct. I'm leaving the middle part open because I don't know what I want to do there yet. I'm going to blend like that a little bit, so they're even-ish. I'm going to go into this shade first, which is, well, this one, the middle shade of the top row, with a flat brush. And it is very crumbly. I'm picking up a lot of pigment with my brush. That means I'm going to spray. You can use setting spray, you can use priming spray, you can use water, whatever you want. I'm using a fixing spray, priming spray from Catrice. And this is going to go on my eye, where I have basically not really shadow. I'm going to bring it up a little bit as well, because when I look forward, I kind of want to see the shadow. I'm going to fade it out underneath my eye as well. Like so. I'm doing the same thing on the other eye. You could deepen up the corners a little bit with that dark gray. Let's get the shimmery dark gray for that. So let's get this one on a small brush. I'm going to spray that as well. I'm going to deepen up the inner and outer corner. Flick it in a little bit, and I'll blend it a little more in a minute. I just want to place some first. I have a blending brush. It's cleanish, and I'm just going to go over the edges to blend everything together a little bit more. Very pretty and dramatic look. So let's get this shade, which is also a shimmer, but it is more of a champagne shimmer. Let's get that on a small flat brush. It's going to go on the center of my eye. I've sprayed it. Very pretty. And this is the eye look so far. It's pretty dramatic, isn't it? Yes. Does not matter, so am I today. I'm going to finish off the rest of my face, and then I will be back and we can finish off the eye look with maybe some inner corner highlight, maybe a little bit of a brow bone highlight. So yeah, yes, it's almost the look. Inner corner highlight is what we need to do next. So let me get a tiny brush. I want to use this one, which is the first shade. It's a duochrome. Let's see what it does. It's powdery. Let's see what it does dry. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Let's bring it in. Like that. So yeah. I did put some colored mascara on my bottom lashes, but it's not really showing up. So let's see if I can get it to show up. I have here the purple one from Colourpop. Something like that. You just need to coat them a little bit more, basically. Purple Prose. I want to say Purple Pro, but that's not it, is it? What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to plop on my falsies, and then I will be back to show you the finished look. So here is the finished look with falsies and all that. And I think it's fun that you can kind of see all the different, well, tones and colors in the eye look. I like that. That is one of the reasons that I really like duochromes. But yeah, so this was look number 1 with the Hello New York palette by Essence. Get ready for look number 2. We did this, so we need to do that. So I have here a fluffy but dense brush, and I'm going to go into that dark gray matte shade. I haven't set the base, and I'm going to stamp it on low first. So I'm placing the shadow and I'm also blending it out at the same time, because I kind of want to see how it reacts. A little bit higher. I don't want it too dark, because yesterday I did a pretty dark look. I actually want to keep this a little bit softer. That went on very, very nicely. I have here the Morphe 506. I'm going to bring that color down as well. And I'm going to be messy about it, basically. Intensify it in the crease a little bit, but focusing more on the outer corner. So now I'm just basically shaping the eye. I'm lightly going over the edge, fuse it a bit into the first part. So that's eye 1. Let's do eye 2. Shades like this you don't want to overblend because they can get patchy really quickly. The reason I'm switching to a bigger brush is because I get more surface area and I'm less likely to blend it away. And this is perfect enough for me. Yes, it is a little bit patchy, especially here, but that's a problem area for my eye where shadows don't always want to stick to. Let's get that shimmer gray, that one, for the outer corner. I have here, it's just kind of a pencil brush without the tip. I'm going into that dark gray shade, tapping off my brush because I did my base. I'm going to place this in the outer corner. And this is basically the same kind of shade as that matte gray. I'm also bringing it up in the crease a bit to frame the eye. I like that. Didn't I say this is going to be a light look? I'm sorry. Taking this brush, I'm going to blend that edge. See what it does basically. Okay, so this is not a shade that wants to blend out easily, it looks like. So I'm taking this brush in that blue shimmer shade and let's see what it does when I blend it out with itself a bit. Ah yeah, it gets more shimmery. I don't mind. It's not the look I was going for, but I need to do it on the other side as well. It also gets a bit more light. Oh no, I'm using the wrong shade. Oh darn it. So that was not really supposed to happen because I was working with this shade and not with that one. So let's use this brush to get that matte gray and stamp that on top of that blue. Just a little. Because that was not supposed to happen. Well, apparently I have a shimmery blue part there. Well, it is what it is then. Nothing really I can do to change it, to be honest. So you know what, let's just go to town with it. So I have this brush into that blue shimmer. And let's just bring it down a little bit to frame the eye. Let's just change it up then, shall we? I'm taking that gray matte on a fluffy brush to plop it a little bit on my eye because I want to play with, well, basically the shade I'm going to put on top of it in a minute. But I don't want it to be too dark, if that makes any sense. I'm going to use this color, which is well, basically a duochrome. It has a blue shift, but it's gray based. And I'm going to whack that on my mobile lid. I'm going to spray it though. There I have no shadow underneath. Here where I have a bit of shadow, I'm going to tap because I don't want to disturb the shadow. Also in my inner corner and underneath the eye. Only this is a lot more shimmery than I was going for initially. Let's see if we can correct that a bit. So I'm going to go into that dark gray matte. I'm going to place that on the edge. I'm bringing it down, just going in windshield wiper motions to get it a little bit less. Yes, it's not what I was going for at all today. Clean brush, I'm going to blend the edge. I could actually use kind of a bone shade now. I don't have one in this palette, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my face powder. Kind of going to use that as an eraser shade to blend it out here without really getting it dark. It's just a nice way to blend out shadows if you made kind of a mistake. I could wipe it all away. I just don't have the time for that today because I need to do my groceries. So I'm going to go to the supermarket with kind of a blue smoky shimmery eye. I'm going to plop the very first lightest shade in this palette, which is this one, in my inner corner. And then we're basically done. Done. What I'm going to do is the rest of my eyes, and that means liner and mascara. And then I will be back to show you the result just before my falsies. So hold on tight, don't go anywhere, because I'll be right back. It's just always the same, isn't it? Every time I have a plan for a look, just goes out the window. But anyway, it's almost done. The only thing left for me to do are my falsies, but I wanted to show you the look just before I put them on. I think the look turned out pretty. I do think, however, that my eyeliner is darker on this side than it is on this side. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to plop on my falsies, but if you are not wearing any, this is what it will look like. I'm going to plop them on and I will see you in just a second. So here is the finished look including falsies. And I like it. Again, I was going for a soft look today. But yeah, well, you saw what happened. You were there. Before I made my, well, boo-boo with that blue shimmer shade, it was a pretty, well, soft look for me at least. So yeah, you can make some soft looks with this. Just use a big fluffy brush basically to use your matte shades and not go in precisely and pack it on like I did. But this little palette can pack a punch. So yeah, this was the last look of the video. It was not what I set out to do today because I wanted to do a softer look. But yeah, somewhere between that gray shimmer shade and the blue shimmer shade, I went right instead of left, and this is what came out. But I also want to show that if you do like more bolder and a little bit darker looks, you can really nicely use this, well, pretty little palette to do that. So yeah, I am going to sign off. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day and a fabulous evening. Oh, before you leave, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And you know, if you want to see more of me, you know what you gotta do. Just push that big red button down the screen or below the screen. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do groceries. I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye guys.